It's all gone pear-shaped over here. Hang on a minute. Let's go into this one. Let's go back into this. Set reminder. Hopefully you can all see me again and you're coming back over to the other channel. I'm sorry. I don't know why it did that. Well, actually I do. But it's really strange because I had another page open behind it. And I thought, why is it doing that? That's not what I've got on my screen. It's going out live. Anyway, hopefully you can all hear me. Evening. Do apologise. I will go back and delete that other bits and pieces. And you're all coming on board, I hope. Getting your drinks ready. Don't forget, this is the Trump and Dragon boozer. Opened a few minutes late. Because I like to put a shirt on, as all good governors do. They always come dressed to the bar. Otherwise, it encourages the customers to come in undressed, which I wouldn't mind for most women. It's when I see all them bare chests of men, and you know, I just think, yeah, turn it in, put a t-shirt or something on with you. Right. Anyway, there's a few things we're going to go through tonight. I'm going to wait for quite a few people to tune in before we do anything. I'm hoping you got a 5x5 and everyone's on there. Alex, how you doing, my friend? Let me have a look at that. I'm really pleased that I see you the other day. I'm actually going to the Buckinghamshire Amersham and Creesham, is it? Or something like that. I've sent him emails. They haven't come back to me. They're not very good. Gordon Guest, hi folks. Gordon Guest, how you doing? Gordon, that's what I like to see. Hello, Daddy Dragon. You're saying hello to everyone. Gavin, Blois, 5x5. You're all hearing me all right. Don't forget to share this because other people want to come in a decent boozer, don't they? They all want to come in my pub, actually our pub, because it's never actually the governor's pub. It's the punter's pub, right? It's where we all go to chill out. It's where we go to have a fag and a cigar. And it's where, you know, when the old woman says, be home in 10 minutes because dinner's ready, 4 hours later you turn up and the dinner's in the dog, right? But it's always the pub's fault because someone walked in and started talking to you, right? So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, Trump and the Dragon, the pub to be in on a Friday night. And I'm going to, once you started sharing this, and don't forget to subscribe. I think we've gone over the 2,000k subscribers again. Bearing in mind, this is our third attempt, and they hit us. When was it? Wednesday night. I got a strike. I got a strike already, right? And it was because of something President Trump said, right? So bearing in mind you're all in this boozer. I'm not going to go there again because I'll get another strike. But the video is still up on Rumble. So don't forget, Rumble is, I've kept saying this here, that's going to be the place to go because they won't take stuff down. They won't tolerate bad language. So I'll have to get my language as down as much as I can, which I intend to do. Right, so let me just go through this a little bit. So we're sending this out. Don't forget to hit the like button. It's really important. And don't forget to share, because the more you share, the more you care. So let's get into the strange stuff at the moment. Right, so to let everyone know, I have created a group with much apprehension, because I don't like groups, and everyone knows the reason why. Or should do, but I've had to do it, and there's a couple of reasons. So I've created it called Batley and Spen. It's on WhatsApp, and any of us, meaning the people who are going to come and help us in Batley and Spen, and it's in for a particular reason. A lady called Val, who's a lovely lady, been to a few things with us, and another lovely lady that normally comes with her. They've been to English Democrat events and conferences. They've been to another things and travelled all over the place with us, right? So I'm not going to say her last name, but Val was booking an hotel, right, to help us in Batley and Spen. But then she said to me, I don't know anyone there, and I've booked an hotel in Dewsbury, right? Well, straight away that rung alarm bells to me. I obviously haven't communicated enough with a lot of people, right? And I'm not used to doing this type of thing, right? So when I say this, I'm used to doing this type of thing. But when you're organising a campaign and get stuck into it, and then you realise, just to let you know, there are a number of places in Batley and Spen where I would describe them as no-go areas, and I don't say that lightly. There's places in London that if I walked into, I would likely get my head cut off. Well, Batley and Spen is the same, right? And if you think I'm joking, I'm going to show you a couple of bits in a couple of seconds. In fact, one of them I might show you now, just to make sure that you understand how dangerous this is. Right, so one of the reasons why I've created that group is because there's a lot of ladies that want to come and help us, and obviously men as well. Don't get me wrong, we are all at risk in them areas, right? And it is shameful to say it, but it is the truth. And the British police are not going to help you, right? So I'm going to show you something on the screen at the moment, and I'll bet you any money you like, I can't actually show you it. Screen capture. Let me do a screen capture. Screen capture, new, add, audio device. Let me see where we go. Select, monitor. So I want number 2, full screen, which you're seeing at the moment. Let me stretch it. I apologise. I'm doing this live. Capture type, monitor, window, game, monitor, capture, configure, choose audio device, default, speakers, nope, speakers. I'll tell you what, I'll do it with that one. Choose audio device. I've just done that. Dynamic range, whatever that means. Default, full, limited. Well, it's got default on there. I don't know if that's good, bad or ugly. What I am going to do now is go to this. I'm just going to show you this, and the reason why I'm trying to get this up there and it to the point where it needs to be. Reflection X. Don't worry. That's it, I think. That is where it needs to be. So what we'll do, I've got to grow that in some way. Let me pull that out of the way. Let's see if I can pull that up there. Can I move that up or down? Yes, I can. Right, let's get that out of the way. Put me on the screen. Put me back over here. And hopefully you're going to see this. And it don't go pear-shaped on us. Right, so one of the reasons why this is obviously very, 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 very dangerous, right? So this lady has not rung me, she emailed me. Some people I think I've given me number to, some people I don't. I forget to give me numbers to the people. One of the reasons I don't like giving my number out, apart from the fact that all I get is phone calls all the time, which ain't a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have friends, and I respect that. The bit that irritates me is because I have to have the phone on, when I'm live, people start texting me and sending me messages, right? It's fine as long as they don't keep doing it all the way through and then I have to zap the phone, or sending me messages at I don't know, whenever. But it can get... the main thing is if you're live feeding when you're out on your phone, right? Because I've only got the one phone, or did have, I've sorted out another one now. Every time someone texts you when you're doing a live, when you're out, it cuts the live stream off. And anyone who knows anything about live streaming will know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's one of the reasons I never give my phone number out. But I have now give that lady my phone number. But what you're seeing on your screen, and what concerned me, and again, I've had a number of discussions with different people. One of them is Robin Tilbrook. This place isn't a game, right? It would be like me campaigning in Shadwell in East London, right? Or some highly populated, not very nice areas of East London that have been completely taken over. That EastEnders on the BBC don't actually show you that, right? So what I'm showing you on the screen now is Bradley Gledhill, and if any of his family are watching this, rest in peace. You have my complete condolences. It was last year, but I know how painful this is, right? So Bradley Gledhill, 6 convicted of Batley stab murder, and I believe it was yesterday they got convicted. But 4 men and 2 youths have been convicted of murdering a man who died after being stabbed during a fight. Bradley Gledhill, 20, from Heckmansdale in West Yorkshire, died after being attacked along with 2 friends on Park Croft in Batley on the 21st of June 2020. All 3 men received significant knife injuries in the assault. Right, now it goes on to say, Leeds Crown Court heard that Mr. Gledhill and his 2 friends had come across their attackers by chance, and there was no evidence to suggest that they had planned to meet or there's any previous contact with them. Mr. Gledhill died from his injuries despite attempts to save him by the police and paramedics, and receiving first aid from the local residents. Ushman Cardella, 19, of Lime Tree Avenue, Batley, was convicted on 1 count of murder, 1 of attempted murder, and 1 of count of Section 18 wounding. By the way, all 3 of them carry a life sentence. Ahmed Karela, 24, of Lime Tree Avenue, Batley, and Nabil Nasir, 18, of Godsdale Close at Dewsbury, were convicted of 1 count of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Raja Nawaz, 19, of Longfield Road, Heckmansdale, was convicted of 1 count of murder. 2 17-year-old youths who cannot be named were also both convicted of 1 count of murder. Speaking after the convictions, Detective Chief Inspector Vanessa Rolfe from West Yorkshire Police said, after a lengthy trial, the force welcomed the result. Our thoughts are with the Bradley's family and friends, and with the other victims of these 6. Now we have reached the end of what will have been a draining and very emotional few weeks for them. Right. So, what I'm trying to say to you here, people, is it ain't a game. Again, there was a grooming gang with over 100 people in it that had gone on for years, and it was allowed to happen in the area. In particular, the 2 areas that are very, very, very dangerous are East and West Batley. And I'm going to go on to more detail in that in a couple of minutes. But in light of that, right, I am not going to be staying in the area. I'm going to be staying out of the area and travelling into the area to do particular things on certain days. We're also doing some film work there and some other bits and pieces which we'll be releasing on social media, which will be Teresa Hurst, who is our candidate for the English Democrats, will be going to certain areas, and I'll be interviewing her, talking about the certain problems in the area. Now, bearing in mind, Trees come second last time in the by-election for this area. So I just want everyone to understand that. The English Democrats have got a very good chance. There's going to be a big long list of people. Labour are going to throw everything at this, including the kitchen sink. The problem, one thing that they won't throw at this is the reality that they do not and never have and never will support England. And there's a big difference between the English Democrats and the Labour Party. Bearing in mind, we also, and I for one, am also a union rep for Workers of England. Again, it's not a left or right wing union. It's a union that believes in working people and assisting working people. And I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what accent you've got. I will stand in any court and defend any working person in this country. And that is the way it should be. Not, as we've currently got it, where the British will do everything and anything to shit all over the English. Excuse my French, but we are in the pub. So, all I've done really is just let you know. Let me see if I can clear this. And I'll go, boom, don't know where that's gone. Let's go back to that one, clear that one, go back to that one, and then I'll go back to the pub, Hopefully I'm still in the boozer, So, again, all I wanted to do, I'm not telling you this to frighten you in any way, and I don't, listen, these people love them, they keep talking about democratic societies, yeah? It is Islam that hates democracy, and I honestly believe that the people of Batley and Spen have been demoralised to such an extent they've stopped coming out and vote. And we absolutely need them to come out and vote. If you want to change this, and if you want to send shockwaves through the system, then you've got to vote for someone who's going to independently stand for you, right? Forget the party aspect to this. The party aspect to this is purely a marketing exercise, in my opinion, yeah, because it's easier with the Electoral Commission, etc., 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 and you can all stand under one banner, which is the English flag, which is our emblem, right, or our logo, or whatever you want to describe it as. So all I'm saying to you is I am going to Batley and Spen, I can nearly say Bartley or Batley or whatever I say, Batley and Spen tomorrow, and I will be staying there. On Sunday, we're going to hope to have a meet-up, and that meet-up will be in Bradford, so anyone who wants to connect with us on the WhatsApp group, you can contact Ray, you can contact others out there, but if you say you're going to meet us, because otherwise we could all be sitting around waiting for someone wondering what the F has gone on to you. Well, and again, we would be worried about you. I'm not exaggerating the threat in that area, but what I will say to you all, yeah, is you should never surrender. So one way or the other, we got to be there, and it is dangerous, but we have to be there, right? So, again, anyone wants to come up there, and I'm particularly talking about people of the north of England, obviously. We've got other events kicking off that will be kicking off shortly down here, and I want everyone to understand completely what is going on. So, the next element to that is the fifth. Let me see if I can actually find, and then I'll come back to this again. Wherever I'm going to find that. Let me see if I can find where I've put my details in there. Not even sure I did I? Let me have a look. Where is he? I sent him my details and I said where I was going. I've lost it already. Oh, there he is. Alright. So I'm going to again, just put this information out there so you'll understand what dates I'm going up there. And it ain't a drama. Let's hope I ain't going out live with that, because I don't think she would have been too happy. Let me have a look. Oh, come on. Oh, there we are. Right, there's no probably with it. So there are 2 sets of periods that I'm going up there, and you should all know this by now. But I'll put it back out there again. Yeah, and if you join the WhatsApp group, you'll know exactly what we're doing. Right, so I'm going up there from the 5th to the 12th of June. Coming back, we've got the 14th of June, the Resistance, and that is the assembly at Parliament Square at 12 noon on the 14th of June, which is a Monday, right? Then there is the 17th, which is going to be the by-election in Amersham and Crewsham, I believe it is, and I am hoping to go to the count of that. So I'll be staying local and then going into that count as a journalist and reporting on it for everyone. Although you're not allowed to take cameras and film inside the count itself, I will go in there and take some notes, etc., come out and see how it's going, and then obviously actually look at the count itself. So I just want everyone to understand that. There is a slight redesign of the leaflet, only minor, and it doesn't affect the ones we've already had done. One of the things that I'll be doing is driving with my car with the loud hailers on and little flags all over it, driving around telling people and urging people to vote English, giving out leaflets to people, again, interviewing Therese. If you contact us early enough before Sunday, we hopefully are going to go out and have a sort of pre-campaign meal, only a pizza or whatever, just so everyone can have a little meet and greet and know who people are, and you can also have a chat with them. What we also want are people to be, and you have to put your name down, so if you're local, it helps us. Obviously, if you're an English Democrat, it's even more helpful, but you don't have to be. And if you go on the list, we'll have at least 10 of us at Batley and Spen. So that's going to be something that you can do, and we'll all assist with that. Let me just make sure I'll go on to something else before I do, because I want to show you this element, which I will do in a couple of minutes. So that I want everyone to understand. The assistance is more. There's some. By the way, there's 4 main areas that are reasonably safe. In other words, just as safe as where I live now. Yeah. Just remember that. So there's a couple of areas we will stay away from. Just to give you an indication, and this is just to show you how you can get set up. That Channel 5 actually rang Robin Tilbrook and asked him if he was going to Batley and Spen, and asked him if he'd set up there and little table and give out leaflets. He said, yeah, of course he would. So he did go and set up there, and he set up with some others in on an action day. Lucky enough, he set up outside the police station. What he didn't realise is that a number of Labour supporters had come along, turned the table over, and was being very aggressive. Were also drunk, and it looked like, to be fair, that the film crew had probably paid for the beverages, put it that way. Not sure whether that's right or wrong. That's just my assumption, opinion, or whatever you want to describe it as, and could be completely wrong. But anyway, it then turned out that Robin Tilbrook got the 2 Labour councillors, I believe they was, arrested, and the police did arrest them for whatever reason they did, and that obviously caused some issues for the film crew, because they actually filmed the wrong people being arrested in their view. They expected the English Democrats to retaliate and for there to be a punch up in the main square of Batley, and it didn't happen. we're not completely stupid. And that was the situation. So I just want you to know that we do go out of our way and do things that a lot of people wouldn't do. And certainly we haven't got the SAS and SBS and security service protecting us, right? We go out there and just do what's got to be done, unlike some other people. And I will come on to that subject in a couple of seconds. When I talk about other people, you should know who I'm talking about. It looks like Anne-Marie Waters, the Irish, that was a hiccup, by the way, a drunk hiccup. The Irish Brit, I don't think I've ever actually worked out what she is, really. But For Britain, for me, says everything you need to know, really. Whatever it is a Brit. Tommy Robinson, as far as I'm aware, is half Irish and half Brit, if you want to put it that way. I see an interview today on YouTube between the pair of them. I am highly disappointed in Tommy Robinson, and I would start to move towards considering him to be a shill. And the reason I say that is because anyone with a brain now can see and should understand that the British, and he must understand this, the British just persecuted him, and yet he's still supporting the British. It's just illogical. You are never, ever going to change this system. The only way you can do it is to root it out at the root and get rid of it, root and branch, literally. And the only way of doing that is to void the Acts of Union, and there is no longer a British citizenship anymore. It's a supranational state, like I've said, and I watched that video, and to be fair, I'm quite disgusted of it. He's took a lot of money from the movement, the same as Nigel Farage and others, not really give us anything special. Highlighted some things, I agree, but in support of Israel that does not support England. Israel actually supports the destruction of England in the same way as they destroyed Palestine. So I've got some opinions on that, like I said. But it looks like Tommy Robinson is going to be campaigning in some way, or whatever he's doing in Batley and Spen with Anne-Marie Waters. I can tell anyone who votes for anyone or any party that is British is failing England. There is only one group of people that support England, and that is the English Democrats. There's another party that's coming up. Again, I ain't had the discussions with them in detail to see what they're actually going to do, and it's about putting pen to paper and saying this is what we do, this is what we believe. If I think it's not strong enough on the English side, I wouldn't support them, which is the Freedom Alliance Party. I have joined their party. I hope to influence their party, but we'll have to wait and see, is the answer. And they are actually, I believe they're going to be they are standing in Batley and Spen, and they're also standing in Amersham and Greasley and Buckinghamshire, or whatever it's called. I don't know the area that well, that's why I can't remember it. But they have got a candidate standing there. So just to let you know, that is the situation. Yeah. So the more of you understand that, the better. But we are doing a lot of things in the background, which I'm pleased about. Before I go on to the next subject, I will say that I've had numerous conversations with Stephen Todd over the last couple of days. I was working on his case until 5 o'clock in the morning, and then obviously went on to Pippa's funeral. But I think there could be some good news coming out of that case. I'm not going to... Amersham, that's it. Amersham and Gresham and Chesham, that's it. Well done. Thank you very much for that. All putting me to the correcting me. Thank you very much for that. Let me have a look and see. I agree with what you said about Tommy. There's a lot of things that don't add up with him. It's a shame though, because I supported him. I don't, whether he's British or English, I don't like to see anyone persecuted by the state, and I mean that. And by the way, I've bought his books, I've travelled for him, I've done all them things. He has no interest whatsoever in the English. He seems to be British through and through, and just like the British military personnel being persecuted now by the British in Northern Ireland, I just don't see the logic in it. It's fairly obvious to me. Fairly obvious to a lot of other people now. So that said, that was the situation. So what I am going to do is tell you that from leading off from that, I went to Pippa's funeral on Thursday. I found that I got lost in the area, pulled over in my car, started to panic thinking I've got to get to her house by 11. And then as I sat in the car, this horse-drawn, again, let me just see if I can bring this up on the screen. Horse-drawn hearse with Pippa written right across the top with a pink coffin come out in the road in front of me. And do you know when you just look at something and you just say, thanks Pip. It was like she popped out in front of me to show me the way to her mum's house. That's how it felt, right? And I followed behind with the limousines, pulled up discreetly at the rear and started filming certain things. These have actually been sent to me by Grandad, but I've got a lot of film, discreetly filmed. We are going to be doing a documentary about what happened, a real documentary, and telling people the real truth of what went on. There were some other people there, we believe, that are Channel 4. I'm not convinced that they're going to be any good. But what you're seeing on the screen now is that, and let me tell you something, I think I've already sent out 2 emails with reference with the number of the undertakers on there. I can tell you the undertakers were absolutely fantastic. And I don't believe they charged for a child's funeral. They charged for extras, but not for the funeral itself because it's a child. And I don't think there's many funeral directors that do that out there. But that whole thing that you can see there now was uplifting. I know it's sad, little pink coffin in there, but certainly there are some wonderful things. And on the coffin itself was our channel's English flag with a red rose in the middle. Just to let you know. So, and Grandad sent me this, Pippa's Grandad. So that's why I'm showing you it. The rest of the stuff, I've got to do some editing, make sure Pippa's little brother's not, or pixelated out, I should say. And again, you can see all the flags and other bits and pieces there. And again, I mean, now this was taken, I believe, today. And you can see the little bumblebee, Pippa, spelt in flowers, obviously, and some wonderful flowers, again, from subscribers from English Democrats. And there was a number of subscribers in English Democrats at the funeral, actually in person. I know a lot of people couldn't attend, but did watch it online. I'm extending the gratitude of the whole family for all the support that everyone give them. Right, I've got to be honest with you. Paula was the strongest person I've ever seen. And I'm not sure how she's doing today. I know she wanted to be on her own, but she knows she can always ring, and she's got the number. So there it is. There's the grave. Again, as you can see, I mean, there's our reef. That was on top of the actual coffin itself. There's some other video footage that I've got where they released the balloons, helium balloons. That was a lovely touch. But I mean, this is in the obviously the actual cemetery. I've got some other video footage inside, outside, from the home, etc. I am going to be putting that together. I've already looked at all of it so far. Again, I was just trying to be as discreet as possible, even though I know I was invited to the funeral and invited to film it and video it by Paula because she wants to do this documentary. And we are doing the documentary, so we will be going to the hospital, we will be going to the Royal Courts of Justice, we will be going through some of the paperwork, we will be doing interviews with certain people, and we will be explaining and showing videos of Pippa and explaining things, possibly getting some video footage of her family as well. But let me tell you something, the family were absolutely fantastic. I went back after and I just had 1 or 2 bottles of lager with them, just to say cheers and goodbye, obviously, to Pips. But they was all wonderful. Made me feel very welcome. And they are a really, really strong and fantastic family. And 2 of the most strongest people I've seen so far is not just Paula, but also her brother, who helped her all the way through it, and I commend him for that. So there it is. I'm not going to go through any more of the footage. I'm only and I don't want to upset people. I'm just showing you this because I think you should see, one, obviously, the elements on there. I'm not even going to read out the words, so I'm still a bit raw. Right, let me go for this one. Well, I think we're going with this one. Let's go with that one. I don't even know which one it is now. Or is it that one? Or is it that one? Or is it that one? I'm back. So I think everyone can see that anyway. Oh, I can hear a phone going off. My phone keeps dialing people. I swear, it keeps dialing people. And also I hear someone talking and I'm thinking, I haven't even touched it. I think MI5's having a game with me, right? So anyway, that all said, again, I want to thank a number of people, and you all know who you are. John, Lee, mums and other people, etc., for going there. It was, you know, I know it was sad, and it was sad, and there's nothing sadder than what I witnessed yesterday, especially knowing that it was preventable, and like I say, they're gonna pay for that without any doubts whatsoever. So that said, I will move on. Like I say, I don't want tonight to be, you know, really, you know, I wouldn't say bad, but you know what I mean. I don't want tonight to be overly focused on that. Mainly because Friday's a chill out night, and I don't want to talk too much about it in case Paula is listening to the show, because I know she's not feeling great today, and you wouldn't expect her to. So on the screen, again, I'm going to show you some other parts of this element. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is show you this bit, if I can find it. Let me kill this off. There it is. Let me put myself down in the corner and put this on there, right? So hopefully you can see this. How do I make that smaller? That just makes it bigger. Nope. Best fit. I wonder if that works. Do you think that works? No, not that one. Although I do feel like playing that again. Now let me pull that back down again. Right, so hopefully everyone should be able to see that on the screen. The people of England have the right of to self-determination under international law. Again, I'm going to emphasise the point. We are going to be expressing this to everybody, right? And that is all peoples have the right of self-determination and cultural development, freely pursue their economic, social and cultural development, their political status, etc., right? And there's a lot of why this article is so important, not only because there are 2, not 1 conventions that are signed up to, but because the English are vilified for standing up for their nation and standing up for self-determination, especially when you mention anything to do with this. So there is another Article 17 where it actually states strongly that the law must back you up if people attack you because of this right, and you're exercising this right. So I want people to understand exactly that if we are attacked in Batley and Spen, it is actually, any of those attackers are actually committing a human rights abuse, and if the state or any member of any authority causes a problem for anyone who stands up for England, whether it be the Freedom Alliance Party or whether it would be the English Democrats, because it looks like they're the only 2 talking up for England at the moment, then that is what we're looking at. The state can actually be done for, and I think we need to highlight this and start highlighting this to the international community, because I think there's too many people who have been brainwashed, even in the international community, thinking that Britain or the British is a country. It isn't. It is a supranational state, and England is a country. It is not self-governing, and therefore this right applies to us. Right. So I want everyone to understand that. If you then go on to the lower elements of this, the state's parties to present covenant, including those having responsibility for the administration of non-self-governing and trust territories, so administration of non-self-governing, so that's the British and the British supranational state against the English, shall promote the realisation of the right of self-determination. So they should be promoting it, not hitting us with coshes because of it, right? And shall promote that the right of self-determination and shall respect that right. So again, we need to be doing things with the BBC and media groups, etc. We need to be conveying our disgust to Ofcom and say that these various elements in the media are not respecting that right, are not promoting that right, and therefore Ofcom by not pursuing that is also committing a human right, and this is state authority. So by not protecting our right, by admonishing the media for vilifying the English and self-determination and those who stand up for self-determination of England, it means that Ofcom technically are committing a human rights abuse, and they are a government authority. So they're slap bang in it. Again, we need people out there, and again, Adam, I know you're listening out there. I just got my little ticket through today. I've got to show you this because I'm actually very proud of it. Where is it? Oops, blimey. Nearly fell off my stool in the bar. Hold up. Oh. I'll bring this back to you when I come up on the screen and show you. So there is that one. Let's see if I can come up and show you anything else. Was it that one? Well, let's have a look. Oh, I know where it's gone. Silly me. Go on, say silly me. Let's have a look. So we're going to go on now. I know that people are out there listening to this, so I'm going to show you this one, screen capture 3 again. And what you should be seeing, I'm sure I just let a fly by accident. I wouldn't do it on purpose, I'm not that angry. Below are the common law constitutional rights belonging to the English, and then you can see at the bottom there you've got above are the common law constitutional rights removed by the British. I'd love to have a debate with Tommy Robinson about that, and even Anne-Marie Walters, if they want to catch us on the streets out there. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Again, you've got the same thing there. You're all seeing it there. Up there. Why ain't that showing the old screen? It's really annoying. I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can take that down a bit and see if it works that way. Probably don't work that way. And then we've got one other, which is obviously that. Vote English. I think the love art and loving England is really fantastic. Putting England first, supporting the rule of law, defending the English constitution. And on that particular one, it's English Democrats. I have to make a slight amendment to that, which means I have to speak to the very lovely lady who made it and ask for a small addendum to that. Not major, but it doesn't affect anything, but I have to put it on there. I don't have to put it on there, but pubs are really Batley and Spen. Let me have a look at this one. Oh, got to show you this one. So this is the other plum who's standing. There he is. So in reality, the people at Batley and Spen have only got 2 real chances of making a difference. One is the English Democrats. The other one is the Freedom Alliance Party. Again, not seen massively positive pushes from the Freedom Alliance Party. At least they're talking English, and we have done an interview with him. There's going to be some other people that's coming on the show to be interviewed, which we'll be doing shortly, hopefully. Someone has just sent me a article. Let's have a look and see if I can see this. That's interesting. So I've just been told something else, and I'm having a look at it now. So Batley and Spen by-election, George Galloway to stand. I would argue, I don't know for sure, so it's an opinion, but my opinion is he is converted to Islam. He's also a Scot and a Scottish Brit, which is definitely something that most people should be aware of. Let's see if I can blow this bit up a bit. Not that you want to see this geezer blown up on your screen. I used to think he was highly intelligent until he converted to Islam. George Galloway says his aim is to oust Sir Keir Starmer as Labour leader. Now, I ain't got a problem with that, to be honest with you. It don't really matter because that's just fighting Brits amongst Brits. Former MP George Galloway has announced his intention to stand in the forthcoming Batley and Spen by-election. Mr Galloway, who was expelled from Labour in 2003, said he is standing as a candidate for his Workers' Party of Britain in the poll on the 1st of July. Workers' Party of Britain. There you go, British. So he ain't going to do anyone any favours in there. That's one thing I'm going to show you. What I'm going to hope to do is go back onto another screen and show you something else. Don't want that. Don't want that. I'm just going to have a look and see what that says. How likely is Batley and Spen to become a Conservative? That's a very interesting story. Can I put this up on that screen, or shall I put it up on that screen? I think I'll put it up on this screen. And what I'm going to do now is switch over to the other screen. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. I might have to pull it down a bit. Let's have a look and see if I can get some of this out there. What I don't want to do is dox anyone. Let's have a quick look and see if I can get that up there without it moving about too much. Might have to pull that over a sec and see if you can see some of this information. Hopefully you'll be able to see this on your screen, and I'm going to cross over now. Touch wood, you should be seeing it. So there's another link there. Again, I'll copy that link. You've just seen that screen come up. Touch wood, I'm going into this. Hopefully you're all there having a good listen to this. Paste. Send that out. Paste. Send that out. Where you gone? So we'll be sending out some stuff there. So, what does it say? Conservative home. The home of conservatism. I don't think so. How likely, this is by Paul Goodman, how likely is Batley and Spen to become the Conservatives' most Muslim seat? The Brexit Party wasn't a force. The Brexit Party wasn't a force in Batley and Spen at the last general election, winning only 3% of the vote compared to 26% in Hartlepool. Nonetheless, the constituency didn't host a straightforward contest between the two main parties. Or even, if you count the Liberal Democrats in three. The heavy woolen district independents gained a 12% share. Now, see what I mean? I quite like them. Or, if you want to put it another way, the best part of 6,500 votes. Labour's majority was only 3,535. And just remember that the English Democrats polled nearly 43,000 votes in the recent police commissioner elections in Essex. So it's not as if people, people are getting there, they're understanding it, and it's really difficult when the media won't promote you because they don't like what you stand for, even though the media is controlled by Ofcom, and Ofcom, therefore, by not intervening with the media, is therefore assisting in a human rights abuse, which means they can be taken to and reported to international courts, which is what we'll be doing. There's a lot of things and strategies being put in place to start sticking some pins into people's eyes over this. Not literally. They might be standing in their own bathrooms once they actually get found guilty of human rights abuse and stop sticking pins in their own eyes. But the party has a representative of Kirklees District Council, Alex Lukic, previously the chairman of UKIP's Dewsbury, Batley and Spen branch, who stood for the party in Batley and Spen in 2015 general election. That fact is made easier to find on the net by a page that Lukic has put up. Due to increased media attention for the by-election, he writes, I am publishing this page to make it easier to find factual information about the heavy woolen district independence. Lukic says that he grew disillusioned with UKIP, stood as an independent candidate in 2017. I've become disillusioned with UKIP as well. I actually joined the English Democrats. And by the way, you was allowed to be a UKIPper and an English Democrat. They didn't consider, and they don't consider, only because they understood what we stood for, didn't consider us as a far right group, etc. They didn't, we wasn't like what's that other group called? Britain First and some other lot, a few other lots, National Front, British National Party, and all that. That anyone who technically belonged to any of them parties wasn't allowed to be in UKIP. But if you was an English Democrat, you was allowed to have membership of both parties. So, and if you was at Doncaster, which I was, the conference at Doncaster, 2/3 of the 2,000 people in the audience were waving English flags, not British ones. Just to let you know, he described the last as promotion of unifying shared British identity. Makes you sick, doesn't it? The use of the English language across the district and the works of art from all districts and communities. The next paragraph continues, we take the position that religious and cultural beliefs must remain open to challenge and debate in a democratic society. Okay. But you may not need to read that far to get the point. In his introduction, Lukic writes, we pride ourselves on not shying away from sensitive issues that other local politicians prefer not to discuss. What might these sensitive issues be, and are they any particular religious and cultural beliefs that should be open to challenge? A list of three-party achievements gives us a clue. The first two electoral. Lukic's own election to Dewberry's East Ward, and that 12% of the vote in 2019 election. The third is a petition against Kirklees council use of meat from non-stunned slaughter signed by thousands of residents. This is clearly a reference to halal meat. According to the House of Commons Library, over 20,000 people in the seat, 19% of the population is a Muslim. On the one hand, that's people, not voters, which takes down the number of those eligible to vote. On the other, that estimate is based on 2011 census, and so is 10 years out of date, which gives the relatively high Muslim birth rate, will push that number back up. Exactly. And that's what people don't get. Lukic says that the party condemns hatred against any religion or race without exception, and that he was shocked by the tragedy of Joe Cox's murder at the hands of a far-right extremist. All of which is a reminder that this could be more turbulent by-election than Hartlepool's or the other contest due to take place down south in Chesham and Amersham, which I am covering both as a journalist, I may add. The seat was in the news when Cox was horridly murdered by Thomas Mair, who declared in court, my name is death to traitors, freedom for Britain, and was linked to neo-fascist organisations, and it made the front pages again recently when a teacher at Batley Grammar School was suspended for showing cartoons of Muhammad to pupils during lesson. The barrister-led investigation into the incident. Two other teachers at the school were reportedly being investigated, though neither has apparently been suspended. It is apparently unlikely to report before the end of this month. No date has yet been set for the by-election caused by Tracy Brabin standing down from the Commons in the wake of her election last week as West Yorkshire first mayor, but the timing is awkward, at least for the main political parties. And I want you to remember that Therese Hurst came second in the last Batley and Spen by-election. Main political parties, neither will want a report to appear during the campaign, and it isn't clear whether or not the heavy Woollen District independents will stand. One date floated for the poll is July 22nd. We actually know what the coup is now. It was estimated in the wake of the 2017 election that only 11% of Muslims nationally voted Conservatives. The total is unlikely to have changed much 2 years later. One Tory source told Conhome that to win the by-election we need at least 20%. That looks like rather a tall order. Perhaps surprisingly, Batley and Spen wasn't on the Muslim count of Britain's list of 31 seats at the last election in which Muslim voters could have high or medium impact. However, those voters did or didn't vote. 21 of the 31 constituencies are now Tory held. Kensington, Dudley North, Keighley, Chipping, Barnet, Hendon, Peterborough, Pendle, Colne Valley, Finchley and Golders Green, Harrow East, Dewsbury, Cities of London and Westminster, Watford, Chingford and Green, Crawley, Bolton North East, Wolverhampton, South West, and it goes on. So the Conservative Muslim Forum has a table which ranks constituencies by their percentage of Muslim residents, apparently using the Commons Library figures for its calculations. Batley and Spen has the 30th largest proportion and, if won by the party, would be its most Muslim seat. Pippin Dewsbury, which has the 32nd largest at the post. Kim Ledbetter, Joe Cox's sister, has told Batley and Birstall News that she wants to be Labour's candidate, thus putting public pressure on the party nationally to shortlist her, which was presumably her intention. The Tory selection hasn't yet taken place, and there is no date yet for the publication of Professor Swaranpreet Singh's independent investigation into discrimination with the Conservative Party, whose call for evidence was published on the site last October. Anyway, there's a load of gerb on that, shall we say. Let me see if I can go back to my normal screen. Where are we? Cancel that one, put that one back up, send that one back out there. Do I need to pull that one off the screen? Copy of 2. I don't know why I'm doing that, but delete that shot, which I just have. There you go, people. So hopefully you're seeing me back on the screen. How you doing, peeps? And I haven't frozen up. I can't do a call-in tonight, and the reason I can't is because I haven't sorted out the sound system, and it will go bing, and it'll all go pear-shaped. But I will be doing one, hopefully, next week. Oh, look, it's doing it again, look. It keeps calling people. My phone keeps calling people. Why does my phone keep calling people? Anyway, I'm trying to have a look and see what else we're doing at the moment. How likely? So there's a few things going on in the background. My screen's all going pear-shaped in the background. So I'm hoping that all of you understand how serious this thing is. Hello, where is she? Oh, hello, Caustic. Caustic! Chameleon! How you doing, darling? And I haven't had a drink. My voice is going funny because I am still absolutely knackered. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, right, so I'm going to reiterate this for everyone while I drink some of my orange. Some landlords only drink tea and coffee in the bar when they're behind the bar. Do you know that? That's self-discipline for you. Right. So I'm going to be going to Bradford tomorrow. Then I'm going to, I would say the first 2 days are sort of chilling out. Hopefully we're arranging this Sunday meet up and a bit of pizza or whatever in Bradford. We'll work out what we're doing. I've got some stuff to do tonight and tomorrow, which is to print out some areas that we'll be looking at and going into more detail and doing a very complex route. And that's going to be for taking the car out, because we've got the loud hailers on it, the old badges all over the car, the flags on the car, vote Treeshurst, Treeshurst, blah, blah, blah. So someone's going to have to be sitting there while I'm driving around doing that. Also going to be meeting Therese at a number of locations, probably on the Monday, Tuesday and the Wednesday. And then I'm hoping Thursday and Friday to be going up to see EP70, if that's all right with him. And then I'll be coming back down, chilling out, going back because we've got the thing on the 14th, and then on 3 days later we've got the 17th, which is the election in Amersham and Gresham, or wherever it's called, and then I'll be going back up there and be going into the count, still be campaigning locally, etc. putting on some badges and doing what we need to be doing. So I'll be going back. So what I'm saying is there's 2 elements, 1 week there, a few days off, more than a few days off, and then up again up to Batley and Spen. Also, I will be telling you, and I need to show you all this before I do anything else. As far as I know, and I don't know how many people are going to be going to this, but I am going to tell you, if you want to contact these people, you can. I'm going to copy this and send that out to you. So there's something else I want to, hopefully you'll be able to see this and it don't go pear-shaped. I bet it's gone pear-shaped. Yeah, it has. Why did I think that's gone pear-shaped? I don't know. There you go. Let's send that out. Hopefully I can send this bit out and it goes out. So there's a second part of it. If anyone wants to go to the actual link, there it is there. Let's see if there's anything I can send this to. Nope. Right, so I'm going to bring this up on the screen. Hopefully it's going to cut out the top part of the screen, which it has done. Let me make sure that everyone can see that. Oh dear. Nope. Oh. Right, so hopefully you're all going to be able to see this on the screen. What I don't want to do is dox anyone with this one. So what I'm going to do, this is like a massive party in Essex, right? V-Stop, the UK Freedom Festival, and live music, live talks, family friendly, performances to be announced, early bird tickets on sale now, £25. No vaccine passports, no track and trace, no testing, right? This is a freedom event. Essex, so that means we must see some lovely young ladies dancing, including, I believe, we'll have Fiona dancing there. Essex, buy your ticket at vstopfestival.com. It's all on your screen as we speak. So everyone there, you've seen the date of that, 24th of July. So you've got plenty of time to organise yourself. I think people are staying there. Some people might even be pitching tents there. I think they're trying to make it their, what's that place that used to do all the music festivals somewhere else? Buy your tickets at vstopfestival.com. And then you've got all the details there. No vaccination festival, hashtag. Support by Worldwide Rally for Freedom, WWD, believe it or not. Early bird tickets, non-refundable. So, there you go. It's all there. It's all there for yous. V-Stop, the UK Freedom Festival, 24th of July 2021, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a bit of a dude, isn't it? I'll have to stay somewhere in Essex. Anyone got a plot up? Do you know where this gaff is, by the way? Anyone who tells me they know where this gaff is and I've got a plot up over there, it'd be really quite nice of you. So there it is on the screen. V-Stop, the UK Freedom Festival. Live music, live talks, family friendly, performance to be announced, early bird tickets on sale now at the £25. No vaccine passports, no track and trace, no testing. Essex! And here we've got Essex. Right, so we're going to get that sorted out. Buy your ticket at vstopfestival.com, and there it is for everyone to understand exactly what that is. So what am I doing now? I am going back to my normal page, and I'm going to say to everyone, thank you for joining me. Touchwood, you can all see me on the screen. My screen ain't gone live onto the other one, which is making me panic. Oh, there I am. No. So don't forget, you're in the Trump and Dragon. Again, I've got a lot to do tonight, but I didn't join everyone last night. To be fair, I had a couple of drinks, not a lot of drinks, I may add, because I was driving. I literally had one small bottle of lager. But by the time I got home, I was emotionally shattered as well as physically shattered. I went to bed, I think, at 7 o'clock and woke up at 6:15 this morning. So I've literally just went up and then woke up again. Again, it was quite an emotional day for me and for others, I may add, not just for me. But again, you know, the family are really happy with our support, and we was happy to support them as well. So, and they are wonderful people, and a special thanks and appreciation for everything that she's done in fighting. I know Pippa was her daughter, but to Paula, extremely strong woman, I've got to tell you so. I don't think I've ever seen anything or anyone as strong as that. So that's it. I'm really grateful for that. I am going to have to say love you and leave you. Next Friday, hopefully, if I'm back in the studio, in other words, if I'm not still up north and making it way back. So next week we'll still be doing the shows, but I'll be doing them on a laptop, pressing some buttons, but you won't have the full studio effect. It'll be me having a natter, telling you what we've been doing in a day. I doubt if I'm going to tell you what we're doing the next day, because I don't want to give advance warning out to anyone. But we'll be showing you little clips of what we've been doing and how we've been doing it, and then putting together the little clips and then getting them out on social media, which we need your help to do. Don't forget, just because you don't live there doesn't mean you can't assist. Online, everybody, even people in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, anyone can help with it, because all they've got to do is go on there and put our posters and put different things onto. They may be getting access and finding some of the websites on there. There might be Mumsnet in certain areas. There might be, I don't know, a bowling area in one bit. There might be something. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's about finding them things and then going on all the little things and saying, oh, I'm voting for... just getting a word in there, and all of a sudden you plant the seeds with people, and the reason why that you're doing it. So that's it, people. I am going to say God bless everyone. Enjoy the last part of your evening tonight. Have a beer, do what you got to do. I've got to print some stuff out and then get ready for tomorrow and be on my way up north. I've already looking at a few other things, so thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for the support that you've given us. Thank you for the support that you give Pippa and her family, and Paula, because they were all are. If you listened to the service yesterday, Grandad thanked the English Democrats, Robin Tilbrook, and all concerned. Thanked myself and the channel for all the assistance that we've given his family during this time. And to be fair, we're not stopping. This is just a start and a trigger of what we're going to be doing. And we are hoping to get, well, not just hoping, we will get changes, and that it will be in a version of Pippa's Law. And this should never happen again. What happened yesterday should never happen again. The state do not and should never ever have rights over your parental rights, and the shock really of seeing that, and the cause of that little pink coffin being laid in that grave was the British establishment. End of. So I don't want to finish on a negative, but what I will finish on is it was a fantastic day. In reality, it was a good send-off, and I'm absolutely sure Pippa would have loved the fact that everyone was thinking about her and showing that amount of love towards her. So there you go. I am off. Tiddly poo. Love you all. See you. I'll probably be on over the weekend just to let you know what I'm doing. Or what I've done, if we're doing anything and I've done any video work or whatever. So don't forget, join the WhatsApp group, contact some of the mods. If you're on WhatsApp, and we'll get you in that group. Try to keep it relations to helping us in Batley and Spen. And it's also for people who intend to come there. But if you do intend to come there and you tell us you're going to come and you're going to say bang, 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 there's other people you can talk to and catch up with and meet and sort something. So Val today, I've sent her 4 names and addresses of people because she didn't know anyone in the area at all. She only knew me. She didn't know what time I was going. But nor did I, is the answer. Sometimes my life runs by the seat of my pants, literally. No, I didn't just say I shit my pants. I said by the seat of my pants. Right, so that's it. Be lucky. Love you all to bits. Don't forget to share this because sharing is caring. I'm going to slip off round the back there. And it's good night for me and it's good night for it from our old mucker here. Don't forget, one of our patrons and co-owner of the Trump and Dragon is obviously President Trump himself. Never surrender, never give up, keep fighting, because we are winning and we are taking back control and we will win our freedom back. That's it. Good night, God bless, au revoir,